Chronicle of the Times. Welcome to Chronicle of the Times. The Haunting of Leap Castle. In today's episode, we are looking at the infamously evil and incredibly haunted Leap Castle and the many horror stories associated with it. Located in County Offaly in Ireland, Leap Castle's history dates back to the 13th century and is mired in deaths, torture, hidden death chambers, and a purported wide variety of ghosts of all descriptions. We take a look at some of the haunting tales associated with Ireland's most eerie castle, Leap Castle. We hope you enjoy the show. About Leap Castle. Stories of when the actual castle was built vary, with some estimates placing its construction around 1250. The original portion of Leap Castle was built in the early 16th century by the O'Bannon clan. The castle is known to have been unsuccessfully attacked as early as 1516 by the Earl of Kildare. Legend has it that it was built on a former Druidic site. Other stories state that it was formerly built by the Danes. In support of this theory, it is pointed out that the structure contains features peculiar to their usual line of defence. How Leap Castle got its name. One story purports that the castle got its name from a member of the original clan owners, the O'Bannon family, in a heavy dispute between two brothers as to who would rule the clan. To decide who would rule, the story states that the two brothers threw themselves off of one of the walls of the castle, with the survivor of the leap being deemed the ruler of the clan. From the Midlands Counties Advertiser, the 22nd of November 1928. The Fatal Leap. One legend thus accounts for the name of the castle. It is said that two brothers, each of whom claimed the chieftainship of the clan, coming to this high rock, decided that whichever survived after leaping from it to the valley beneath would be head of the O'Carrolls. One brother was killed in the fall. The other, though injured, survived and built his castle where he had won the daring wager. Another account, less ancient, suggests that the castle was known by some other name down to the time of Queen Mary I. It was deliberately set fire to in 1558 in an attempt to thwart the Elizabethan forces from occupying it. It did not stop the forces from taking possession of the castle. The castle was recaptured within a year by the O'Carrolls, with whom it served as their seat of power for years to come, until the fateful Romeo and Juliet type romance. From the Midlands Counties Advertiser, the 22nd of November 1928. A love story. In 1557, the Earl of Sussex laid siege to it. In a sortie, the Irish garrison captured a young English officer named Darby. He was confined as a prisoner in one of the upper rooms of the castle, and the beautiful daughter of the chief was allowed to bring him his food. The usual romance followed. The Irish maiden and the English captain fell in love, and the girl planned his escape. She unbarred the door of his cell, intending to smuggle him out, but her brother, coming up the tower stairs at the moment, surprised them. Young Darby rushed to the battlements, leapt into a yew tree, reaching the ground unhurt, and escaped. As in all proper love stories, he returned at the end of the war, claimed his bride, and secured his castle, which he renamed in memory of his escape. Whatever truth there may be in this tale, it is believed that the first Darby of Leap Castle married an O'Carroll. In the 17th century, the Darby family extended the castle with a Jacobean facade. The castle was finally extensively damaged in 1922 during the Civil War. The stories. Hidden treasure. The son of the Darby family, Jonathan Darby, was said to have hidden treasure in the then grounds of the castle during the English Civil War. The hiding of the treasure was aided by two servants who were later killed in order to ensure the secret of the treasure would not be shared. These two betrayed and murdered servants are said to still haunt the castle. Jonathan was later imprisoned for treason. Upon his release years later, it is said he was unable to recover the hidden treasure, which is said to remain on the castle grounds to this day. Ghost stories surrounding Leap Castle pop up in the papers every few years or so. If you enjoyed this oddity from the archives, you'll love what we couldn't fit in the public version. On Patreon, we serve the full slice. Daily episodes, early access, and exclusive content. It's like a newspaper from 1872 without the typhoid. All for a paltry £5 a month. News of the Times. Historical crime at patreon.com.